Hey there, folks. Hopefully this wind isn't too bad. I lost my my cover for my boom mic on the way in. Somehow it literally, I pulled it out of the car and it was there, and I put it on the ground and it was gone. I can't find it anywhere, so hopefully it's not too bad. But anyway, we're just out here doing a little perching today, and hopefully we'll get something to show you. I've gotten a lot of bites so far, but I think I might have to downsize my hook a little bit. So give me 2 seconds, I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll talk about another fishing knot. So, it's starting to make me a little bit crazy. I downsized from a number 2, which is what I usually fish for perch in a larger size, but the fish just kept on stripping my line. So I switched back down to a number 4, which should be good, which is usually my go-to to hit a wide range of perch, and they're still stripping my line. So there's 2 things that are happening. One, either really tiny perch wherever I'm fishing right now, and they're just stripping my hook and they're not able to put it in their mouth, or we got some sunfish out here. And well, we're getting bites again. Let's see if we can catch this little guy. Oh yeah, we got him. He's a little fella though. Gotta keep him out of those sticks. So this is why we're having all those trouble. Tiny little perch, but we're not skunked. There we go. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and show you that blood knot. Let's say you're out there and your line breaks for whatever reason, and or you're going fly fishing and you want to create a tapered leader, and you want to attach 2 pieces of line together. I'll show you the one that I use. There's other ones too, like the nail knot, the double uni, and all that stuff. I use the blood knot. I find it's relatively easy enough to tie, and it does a great job. So I'll give you a quick look at that. We'll bring the camera down. First thing you do is you'll take your 2 lines that have snapped and you'll make an X out of them. So you see that? You got yourself an X. Now what you want to do is give yourself a generous amount of tag end, because you're going to be doing a series of wraps. So what you want to do is you'll put your fingers on the X and pinch it in between your fingers to create a loop. So you'll have a small loop here, and you'll start to wrap your lines around. Let's say we'll do it 5 times each direction. So that's 4, that's 5, and we're going to take our line and we're going to pass it through the loop that we've created. Hopefully you could see that. So we'll pass that through, we'll pull it not tight but snug, and then we'll hold it. Now we're going to remember which way that went. Now we're going to take the other line and turn that the opposite direction. So 3, 4, and 5. And now if we went through this way with one, we're going to go through the opposite way with the other. Whoops. Through the same loop. So we've got that passed through the loop. So now we're through the same loop, and as knot tying always goes through, you always have to wet it. Pull your pieces tight, and then let's let it slide and build. Now you may have to come in and mend your tag ends a little bit, but the good thing about this knot is you'll wind up with something that looks like this. Now you could take your knife after and really cut this close. As long as you don't touch the knot, you should be okay. So we'll cut these guys off using a pocket knife or a pair of nippers, and then you have this really neat, tidy inline knot. So your line comes up the center of the knot on both sides. So when that passes through your guides or it's flying overhead, there's nothing really for your line to catch up on as it's rolling over each other or whatever it is, and it works out quite nicely. So, yep, got another one, guys. There we go. Now we're talking. It's not every day you catch a nice perch like that. Look at that. That's, I don't know how long my hand is, but that's a decent size right there. See that? Let's return them. Okay guys, so before I cast my line back out there again, I'm going to go ahead and show you this knot. So here we go. Make an X, make a pinch, create a loop. We're gonna wrap 3 times away from us, and then through that little loop we've created, away from us, and we'll leave it like that. Now the other one, so we have our end going through here, we've created the loop on the other side, we're gonna wrap it towards us 3 times, and then we're gonna pass it through the loop that we've created towards us. So you're gonna have a loop through the center with one coming away from you and one towards you. Now, with this kind of slippery cord, you kind of have to be careful because the knot wants to fall apart and it'll slip out. But once you get it a little bit snug, pull your ends tight and then slide it in, mend your knot nice, and then there you go. You should have your knot tight, and then you just cut off your 2 ends and then you're in business. So basically what you want to be looking for is you'll have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oh here, 1, 2, 3, with your line coming out on either side. And then if you look down the knot, you'll have the knot with your line coming out through the center, and the knot with the line coming out through the center. And then you just snip off those ends, and you've got your blood knot. Great knot for attaching 2 lines together. Holds up tight, gets really tight, and will not come undone. Got him. Doesn't seem so big. Not like the last one for sure. Just a little fella. Is that a perch, I think? Oh, another sunfish. There we go. Seem to be catching a lot of these little shell crackers lately. There's another one. We'll go put him back. So once the catfish season ends, we get to hit these drum. These drum come in, they stroll in, and they are a good battle. They really fight. I'm getting some nibbles. Whoop, there we go. Let's see if we can get this guy in. Got him. Oh, this one's nice. Oh, we're onto a big one this time, guys. Sure, that's gonna show me. Yep. Oh, ah, cool. Look at that beauty. This, in French, they call it a malachigan. It's a sheephead or a freshwater drum. Nice looking fish here, though. Look at the colors on them. It's all covered in dirt on that side, I think, there, unfortunately. But another nice guy, and they fight like crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and release this. Sorry guys. Here we have an octopus hook and a piece of fluorocarbon. We'll just run that right through the line, through the eye of the hook. So you have your working end of your line and your tag end. You're gonna wanna give that a couple of twists. I like to do around 5 or so, but I mean, sometimes I do 7, sometimes I do 4. It's not the end of the world. And you'll see right here where the eye of the hook is, there's that little loop. You want to pass your line through there, And if you pull that tight, that'll be the clinch knot, but it does have a tendency to slip. So what you want to do is you want to pass that back through the loop that you made after you've put it through there. So you should have something that looks like this. Now at this point, you want to start to pull it a little bit tight, moisten it with some saliva, and then pull it down tight. Snug it up, cut that little bit off at the end, and then you're in business. So there you go, the improved clinch knot. So here's the eye of your hook. You're gonna pass it through the loop, through the eye of your hook. Give yourself a generous tag. Give yourself, I like to do 5 twists. You'll pass this through the loop that goes from the that actually attaches to your lure or whatever it is you're tying to, and then you'll pass that again through the loop that you've created. So back through there, you'll pull up, snug it down, and then slide it forward and tighten it up. Always remember to lubricate your line if you're using mono before you cinch it tight. So there you go, improved clinch knot. Sorry guys, I've been out here for about I don't know, maybe an hour and 15 minutes or so, and I've brought in about 15 or 16 fish. So I'm getting hungry now. I just want to do a quick pick stop, have some fun while I was just getting ready to go for lunch. So I'm gonna head up, have some lunch, then I got some stuff to do around the house. So I'm gonna pack up. Hope you liked this video. Practice your knots, get out, catch some fish. You'll have a good time, and while you're at it, take a kid fishing. Get out, explore.